Hello one and all, welcome back to yet another movie review within the Halloween special of this year, and this time I shall be reviewing Saw X, which is the 10th film in the Saw franchise. It in fact takes place between Saw 1 and 2, and once again starring Tobin Bell as John Kramer. And so, hoping for a cure, John Kramer travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defend the most valuable arm with a newfound purpose. The infamous serial killer uses deranged and traps to turn the tables on the con artist. And that is just pretty much to sum up the movie without spoiling it, even though I know this came out a couple of years ago, 2023. Now, I didn't have plans on reviewing this one, simply because I've only seen Saw 1, 2, 3, and now this film. If you guys seen my Saw 2 review, which I've done in this special, or even my Saw review, which I did a couple of years ago, you'll know that I'm not really a big Saw fan. I haven't seen many of the movies. However, though, Saw X may be my favourite one, and yet the first two Saw movies I do find a little neck to neck, even though I kind of like the second one just a tad better. Saw X, I think, is maybe my favourite in the series, because what this movie does is a nice combination between sort of a character-driven, but of course with traps as usual, because then again I've heard about all the other Saw movies, the ones that I haven't seen anyway, so I do kind of know what to expect whenever I get around to watching those other movies. And so this is kind of a character piece story with Tobin Bell, who of course plays John Kramer, and honestly he's so good in this movie. This is maybe his best performance I've seen yet in the series, and I've only seen 4 of the Saw movies. Like, you can really have some kind of sympathy for him. You know, he's pretty much the protagonist in the movie, but with, of course, some traps, which we'll probably get into in a bit, in fact. And I really loved how this movie was shot, because it really felt like a Saw movie. Because from seeing clips from some of the Saw movies that I haven't seen, like particularly a couple of the recent ones, this one in particular truly feels like you're watching some of the older Saw movies. And the first film was very low budget. Saw X kind of does feel like that in some way and shape or form, but with, of course, having a bit of more traps like in the later films would. And this film, I know I've probably said it once already in this video, but it is a nice combination, I think. And I'll get into a couple of spoilers, in fact. You know, there are some traps in there, like whenever you see the child and a guy getting blood all over their face, and then when the girl is getting trapped and is getting her leg cut off and her head cut off, like they're probably some of the best traps I've seen in this series so far. So, and of course you do get a bit of a mid-credit scene, and the ending as well can kind of some way set up another movie within Saw XI, or Saw 11 technically speaking, although I honestly would kind of consider Saw X to be a great standalone movie within the Saw franchise. So overall, guys, that is pretty much what I've got to say about Saw X. I personally did not have plans on reviewing this because I already reviewed a Saw movie this year. Plus, with my Halloween special, I kind of like to make them all different. You know what I mean? But I kind of just wanted to talk about it, and I would like to do that with other franchises, particularly with newer movies. Depending how my enjoyment goes with them. This, I think, is probably my favourite Saw film in the series, because I think Tobin Bell gives his best performance as John Creamer, and just it feels like a Saw movie as I'm looking at it. I'm not gonna grade this one simply because it's my first time watching the movie. I watched it on Netflix, so if you're in the UK, it unfortunately is not going to be on Netflix forever, so you might want to watch it as soon as you can, even if you're not a Saw fan. But if you like horror movies, I would strongly recommend Saw X, because I honestly kind of consider it a standalone movie as I'm looking at it in the franchise. But there you go, that is my review on Saw X. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of Saw X amongst the Saw franchise in your opinion, because I'm curious to know, because I've only seen 4 of the movies. 6 of the movies in the franchise I've not seen, but I'll get round to them at some point. But as always, guys, I'm a movie reviewer from the UK that likes to do movie reviews, particularly classics, because they're my favourite types of movie reviews to do. But of course, I do new releases as well. And as always, again, please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, notify that bell before you leave. All my social media links are in the description below. If you're a returner, welcome back, and hope you're enjoying my content so far. And if you've been keeping up my Halloween special for a while, hope you're enjoying it so far. And as always, until my next video, I shall see you then. And peace. And according to Traps, I wanna play a game.